How to measure your dog's neck. You're going to need a tape measure, and what you're going to do is you're going to simply place it around your dog's neck as if you're measuring for a collar. And don't pull it too tight. The measurement here is 16.2. That's in inches. Yes, I'm then going to give him a reward for being a good boy. This tape measure also happens to be in centimetres, so I'm going to do it once more just to show you. And there we go, and we've got it in centimetres there, and that's approximately 41 and a half. If I turn that over, 16.2, yeah, 41 and a half. Okay, so that is how you measure your dog's neck. Just the same as if you're measuring for a collar. Yes. How to measure your dog's girth. Now the girth is the chest measurement, and it's actually the part here just behind your dog's front legs, the very widest part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask Jambo to stand. If you need a helper, then you can get your helper to take a treat in their hand, put it in front of the dog's nose. They can hold the treat there while you measure round here. Okay, and once you're done, they release the treat and say, good boy. Okay, so Jambo's actually had his treat, so I don't really need a helper. I'm going to take my tape measure, and I'm going to measure here, literally straight behind his front legs and the very widest part, and I get 25 and a half inches. So again, this is for the girth measurement, straight behind the front legs with your tape measure, widest part, which you can see is there, and there's our measurements. And that's how to measure your dog's girth. How to measure your dog's length. You're going to be measuring from the base of their neck here, where they naturally wear a collar, to the base of the tail here. Get your dog standing up, so if you need somebody to help, you can get somebody to take a treat, put it in front of their nose, the dog stands, and while they're holding the treat, you can measure from the base of their neck to the base of their tail. Yes, good boy. And as soon as you've measured, your helper releases the treat. So you're going to take your tape measure, and I'm basically measuring the length of this jumper, but I'm going base of neck to base of tail. So I'm at 17 and a half inches there. Okay, very simple, base of neck to base of tail. That's the length of your dog for t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, jumpers, jackets. Okay, that's it, that's the length of your dog. Good boy. How to measure your dog's foot for socks, for boots, for shoes. What you're going to be measuring is the width of the foot from one side to another. If I can take Jambo's paw and show you. So we're going literally from this side to this side, and we're going to be measuring the length, and the length is all the way from underneath to the end of the nail. Okay, remember they're nails. If you can't do it like that, which sometimes that's not so easy to do, get a piece of paper, and I've done one previously here. You get your dog to stand on the paper and you mark the front, so the front of their nails, the back of their pads, and the sides of their foot, and you then measure. This measurement here would be the length of the paw, and this would be the width of the paw. Yes. And you can get somebody to hold that foulard if you need to. And all you're going to do is take a pen, and you're going to mark the front in front of their toes, the two sides, and the back straight down. There we go. So I've done the sides, the front, and the back. Jump, sit. Yes, good boy. And now on my piece of paper, I've got these markings. So all I need to do is measure. And here I would be measuring there to there for the length, and there to there for the width. Simple as that. The last measurement I'm going to do is actually the length of Jambo's leg, and I'm going to measure it by measuring from right inside his pit down to his paw. So that's going to give me the length of this front leg here. So again, it can be handy to have a helper. With Jambo, he's quite still, so I'm going to put the tape measure right up into his pit, and I'm going to measure down to his paw, and I get 6 inches. So what about the back legs? Well, to be honest, you don't normally need a measurement for the back legs. The front legs is normally sufficient, but if they're requested, then you take your tape measure, you're going to come right up into the pit again, and you're going to come down to the top of your dog's foot, top of their paw, and as you can see there, Jambo is 9 inches. Now I'm leaning slightly over Jambo here to show you the measurement. Yes, I wouldn't advise doing that with most dogs, as it could make them uncomfortable. Okay, so measure the side that you're on rather than leaning over your dog. If you need a helper, then you get your helper to take a treat, put it in front of your dog's nose, lure them into a stand. They can hold the treat for a couple of seconds. You can take the measurement while they're holding the treat. They then release the treat. Say good boy or good girl. Yes. And you've finished your measuring, and your dog's been standing up the whole time, and they've been enjoying the experience because they're having a treat. How to measure for a muzzle, a halter or a head collar. You're going to need 2 measurements. The first measurement is the length of the nose. The easiest way to do this is to have your tape measure ready, to take a treat, to hold the treat there and quickly measure the length of his nose while he's busy getting that treat. Yes, release the treat, I've got my measurement, 2.5 inches. So it's the length of the nose, approximately 1/2 inch below the eyes. It's the flat part of the muzzle. The second measurement is this measurement going round. So I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to come all the way round here. And I get 11.5 inches. Yes, good boy. I'm going to give him another treat for that. Good boy. So we've got the first measurement, the length, and the second measurement, the circumference around the widest part here. Do that again. Yes, good boy. And that's how to measure for a muzzle. So that's it, that's how to measure your dog. So all you need is a tape measure, your dog, and some tasty treats. Alright? If you haven't got a tape measure, don't worry, you could use a piece of string. So you take your piece of string, you measure, for example, the neck and where they meet, you take note of it, so you hold your finger there and you then measure that against a ruler to get your measurement. So if you don't have a tape measure, don't worry, a piece of string is fine, but you definitely need the dog. Alright?